Let us learn component in React today. So in React, component is a reusable piece of UI that contains design and programming logic. So the goal of the component is to ready the data from JavaScript object and render the same to the user so that it contains design logic in the form of HTML. It may include of any HTML tag such as div, table, and header tag, and it may include also JavaScript code to make UI being interactive to the user. By default, every component has a by default every application contains a root level component, and this is called app component. Eventually, this app component may have children. For example, in real world application, we have various sections such as navbar, side menu, page content, etc. And these are represented as a child component. And by default, these components are reusable. That means you can same navbar in different page wherever it is required because it is individual and isolated component, and it is self-sufficient enough to have a data in form of a state or render the information to the user, and each component can have children like side menu have menu item and page content has grid and sign up component, and of course this component is reusable component. So keep nesting the component. This component hierarchy will be formed where app is the root and parent level component. We can invoke child component in parent component by invoking its name. And this hierarchy structure of the component is called component hierarchy. And this component hierarchy data can be shared among the components, but only from child, but only from parent to child, but not from child to parent. So how to build a component? By definition, component is a class and it contains some state, that is data, the one we want to render. So what data we want to render to the user? That all data will be stored in the form of JavaScript object, and the object is called state. For example, in food ordering application, we wish to display food items name and its price. So we will have the food item name and its price in the form of object, and that is called state. In next method that we have called render method, and it contains actually HTML tag defining how the data should be rendered to the user. React element is a simple JavaScript object that represents a piece of UI much like DOM element in the JavaScript. The difference between React element and DOM element is React element is like virtual DOM and DOM element is like real DOM. A virtual DOM or React element is a dummy representation of real browser DOM. But making the changes in virtual DOM is so easy and lightweight. Whenever we compare the real DOM from virtual DOM occupy very less number of memory and updates faster in virtual DOM and update only the specific changes to the real DOM instead of rendering of complete real DOM. For example, In a component, we have four text boxes and we have to update the state of the first text box only. If so, React updates only the specific text box value into the real DOM instead of rendering the all four text boxes values. This makes React faster than what we expect. So virtual DOM is simple JavaScript object that reflect the real DOM and return whatever or whenever update the virtual DOM. The changes will be affected automatically in real DOM by React internally, but it never overwrite the complete DOM at any point of time. So make updates in state it easy, simple and lightweight in case of React. This is how the React actually works. We'll build the simple React application in next lecture. Thank you.